It's no secret that Michigan State has been super successful under Tom Izzo with memorable wins, Big Ten titles, Big Ten tournament wins, Final Fours, and national championships. There's a reason that Tom Izzo is a Hall of Fame coach and is one of the greatest coaches in college basketball history. Today, I want to break down the top 5 seasons, in my opinion, under Tom Izzo here. So if you guys haven't subscribed, please do that. Give this video a like, and thank you guys for watching, and let's get into it. I'm going to be starting off with an honorable mention being the 2017 team. This team was so talented with Jaren Jackson, Miles Bridges, Cassius Winston, and Xavier Tillman going into the season. They were national championship favorites by. This team was a 30-win team and ended up winning the regular season Big Ten championship. That's only the 6th time that Michigan State's ever been a 30-win team, and they were also a Phil Knight Classic champion. The reason this team isn't higher on my list is because there's been other teams to win Big Ten titles, Big Ten tournament titles, and gone farther in the postseason. This team should have went farther than they did, but they were bounced by Syracuse in the second round in Detroit. This was in their home floor, and they got bounced. Getting into my top 5, I'm going to go with the 2000-2001 team. They went 28-5 and 13-3 in Big Ten play, winning both the regular season Big Ten championship and the Big Ten tournament championship. Previous year, they actually won the national championship, and Tom Izzo took them back to the Final Four the following year. This team included Zach Randolph, Charlie Bell, and Jason Richardson, who in my opinion is one of the most athletic freaks I've ever seen play at Michigan State. The team actually had one of the wealthiest men in the world, Matt Ashima, on that team. This team finished with 4 wins over ranked teams throughout the season. Some of the key wins that season include beating Seton Hall, Florida, and North Carolina. The biggest win that year was a 27-point blowout win at Michigan at the Chrysler Center. Next team's going to be very underrated because of how good the Big Ten was this year, but this is the 2004-2005 team. This team didn't win a Big Ten title or a Big Ten tournament title because of how good Illinois was that year with Luther Head, Dee Brown, and Deron Williams. This team ended up going 26-7 and 13-3 in Big Ten play. They didn't win the Big Ten title that year with 3 losses. That shows you how good the Big Ten was that year, but this team is super underrated, like I said. With Paul Davis, Maurice Ager, and Shannon Brown on this team could have done very good things had it not been for such a stacked Big Ten. The clip I'm showing you guys is from the year prior in 2003, but I just wanted to show you with Paul Davis and Maurice Ager playing together. The team would go into March Madness and make a lot of noise actually, but they would fall in the Final Four to UNC that year. The 2018-2019 team. This is one of my favorite teams I've ever watched here at MSU. I've been watching Michigan State basketball for a long time. Not that long compared to some of you guys watching, but we were also balanced throughout the entire roster from the bottom up. Anybody could play at any time. Cassius Winston was a National Player of the Year runner-up. He lost that to Zion Williamson. This team would go on to win a Big Ten title and a Big Ten tournament title, and that would be the start of a back-to-back Big Ten championship for Michigan State. This team would go on to beat Duke in what is considered one of the greatest teams ever with Zion Williamson, R.J. Barrett, and Cam Reddish. Key players this year were Xavier Tillman, Nick Ward, Cassius Winston, but we also had guys like Joshua Langford, Aaron Henry, who's on the 76ers right now, Matt McQuaid, and it's all, like I said, all through the roster. Everyone could play at any time. This year, Cassius Winston actually broke Mateen Cleave's record for most. He said, I can't stress this enough that this was such a fun year, but I think that there are 2 teams that were better than this one. This is another one of my favorite teams ever. This is a 2009-2010 team, which ended in one of the greatest robberies in college basketball history. Draymond Green here gets a foul here, but at the end of the game doesn't get the call, and Michigan State loses by 2 points to Butler and doesn't go to the national championship game. This team ended up going 28-9, winning a Big Ten title, and they had so many memorable players on this team, like Draymond Green, Delvin Rowe, Derek Nix, Kalen Lucas, and I could go on. But this is one of my favorite teams growing up as a kid, and I still remember this play like it was yesterday. Who the greatest team in Michigan State basketball history is. It's the 1999-2000 team coined the Flintstones. The Flintstones actually won the national championship, won a Big Ten title and a Big Ten tournament title. Now, I'm going to let you guys guess at who made this art piece right here over this clip, but the main people on that team were Morris Peterson, Charlie Bell, and Mateen Cleaves, and also Anna Bullinger, who made that piece of art that I just showed you guys in the background. I think that this was the start to Tom Izzo's in-state recruiting success because whenever he gets a person from Flint, they refer to themselves as a Flintstone, referring back to the 2000 national team. This was just all around the best team on and off the court that Tom Izzo's ever put out. Let me know what you guys think. Agree, disagree. What would you change? What would you add? And thank you guys for watching. Have a good day. It wasn't just the best team that Tom Izzo's put on the court, but off the court, this team is culturally one of the most iconic teams ever. The coin term Flintstones is because of the players that started on this team came from Flint, Morris Peterson, Mateen Cleaves, Charlie Bell.